Most horrifying NASCAR moments of all time. NASCAR has its fair share of fun moments, but it doesn't take even a second to turn these fun moments into severe and life-threatening events. Watching a NASCAR race is filled with adrenaline rush because we don't know at which moment a massive crash can happen. Some people even watch NASCAR just for the crashes, because it is extremely rare for the race to be completed without any crashes. And for adrenaline junkies, it is like Christmas. Without further delay, here is a list of some of the most horrifying NASCAR moments of all time. Kyle Larson, 2013 Daytona 500. Let's start our list with Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson's debut NASCAR Xfinity Series race with Turner Scott Motorsports was shaping up to be a nice one, as he was on his way to a top 5 finish and maybe a win at Daytona International Speedway. During the final laps of the 2013 Daytona 500, Larson was maneuvering for position at high speeds. He was pushed from behind, causing his car to collide with the catch fence surrounding the track. His car disintegrated due to the incident and his engine block flew into the grandstands. Fortunately for everyone, the engine block missed everyone, but the other scattered debris wounded 30 spectators. Larson's car had been ripped apart and was in flames by the time it came to a stop. The young driver was able to get out of the vehicle on his own and, luckily, was not injured as a result of the collision. Carlos Pardo, 2009 NASCAR Mexico. He was a 9-time circuit winner, well, technically a 10-time winner. Unfortunately for Pardo, he was unable to celebrate his 10th victory. Pardo's car was bumped from behind with only 3 laps remaining in a race in Puebla. It was only a light tap, but at speeds well in excess of 120 miles an hour, it was sufficient. Pardo's car spun out and smacked the wall at the entrance to the pit road while still going at high speeds. Pardo's automobile exploded as it collided with the wall. He was flown to the nearest hospital by helicopter, but died 45 minutes later. Pardo won this race because he was in the lead at the time of the accident, and the race was called after his death. If you're a racer, I suppose this is the best way to go. Elliott Sadler, 2010 Pocono. The next one on the list is Elliott Sadler. 2.5-mile Pocono Speedway is known for its boring racing, but it can also produce stunning wrecks. Elliott Sadler's 2010 Pocono wreck was among the most damaging in NASCAR history regarding the force of the impact. Sadler walked away shaken but unharmed, thanks to the safety of the cars and some good fortune. This is the most brutal accident in NASCAR history if we look at the G-force. This crash indicates how far we've come. It demonstrated how safe NASCAR vehicles have gotten even while hitting a less than padded barrier at high speed. Sadler would have died in another era not so long ago. Instead, he left with just a headache. Mike Harmon, 2002 Busch Series, Bristol. Some people believe that Michael Waltrip's crash in 1990 was purely accidental. He'd run into a gate that buckled, sending him into a concrete barrier behind it. It was a 1 in a million chance, unless of course it wasn't. Harmon hit the same gate that Waltrip did 12 years later during a practice run on the same track in 2002. The outcomes were also very similar. Harmon was thrown into a concrete barrier as the gate buckled. Harmon's vehicle, like Waltrip's, broke open. Though another driver, Johnny Salter, hit half of the split-in-two vehicle, it was fortunately not the half Harmon was sitting in, and he got away unharmed from the horrific incident. Brian Newman, 2003 Daytona 500. Newman began the 2003 season as the NASCAR Rookie of the Year. But that high note was quickly shattered when Newman was involved in a horrific and terrifying crash in the season's first race, the Daytona 500. 56 laps into the race, Newman was pushed into the wall by Ken Schrader. Both vehicles collided with the wall and skidded down to the infield when Newman's ride flew airborne before flipping several times and landing on its roof. Debris flew, including the car's rear axle, and the vehicle was demolished entirely. Newman miraculously escaped with no serious injuries. Clint Bower, 2013 Daytona 500. During this race, the competition for a position is difficult enough. However, the struggle for a place may be fierce given NASCAR's knockout qualifying structure. Clint Bower discovered this firsthand at Daytona last year. Jimmy Johnson ran out of petrol, resulting in a major pileup. He was hit from behind and Michael Waltrip was pushed against a wall. Martin Truex's car was wrecked and his car burst into flames, but the most incredible sight of all was Bower's car flying through the air, flipping multiple times and performing a magnificent 360 mid-air before landing wheels down. All drivers involved in the accident were unharmed, however they were forced to utilize alternate vehicles for the race. With the crashes happening in almost every race, some are even fatal, what do you think NASCAR can do to improve the safety of drivers? Comment down your thoughts, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the following video.